habitat is a place where a plant or animal lives. These habitats are ones that you may have seen before. Let's explore them to see what types of animals and plants live there. Hedgerows are made up from trees and woody plants. They grow around the edges of fields and next to roads. A hedgerow is a habitat. Some of the plants that make a hedgerow, like this blackberry bush, are spiky and grow berries, which the animals that live there eat. These plants are called brambles. You will find many different types of birds, like this robin, living in a hedgerow. They build their nests deep inside where they are well hidden. They eat any berries and insects that live in the hedgerow, like this caterpillar. Underneath a hedgerow, you will find dead branches and twigs, leaves and stones. These are all microhabitats and are home to lots of small animals and plants. Moss is a plant that you may find living on a branch or rock below a hedgerow. It likes living in the damp and shady conditions. Worms like to live underneath a hedgerow too. They like to live in the damp soil. A hedgehog builds its nest out of fallen leaves and the moss that grows beneath a hedgerow. Hedgehogs like to eat the worms and other insects that live there too. Which of these animals and plants do you think would live in a hedgerow habitat? This habitat is a woodland. This woodland contains lots of different trees. This is an oak tree. Its leaves are broad, and in the winter, the leaves die and drop to the ground. The leaves on the trees in the woodland block out much of the sunlight from reaching the ground. Plants, like this fern and bluebell, like the rich damp soil and shade that the woodland provides. Just like a hedgerow, woodland contains lots of microhabitats. The fallen leaves provide a good microhabitat for this centipede. The soil is nice and damp, and rich with food for the centipede to eat, and it can hide underneath the leaves, away from larger animals. Which of these animals do you think would live in a pile of leaves microhabitat? Lots of birds live in a woodland habitat too. The woodland provides them with twigs, leaves and mud to build their nests and is rich with insects for them to eat. This woodpecker builds its nest inside a hole in a tree. It uses its beak to peck and make the hole big enough to live in. Squirrels also build their nests in trees, out of twigs and dry leaves. Squirrels eat the nuts and seeds from the plants that grow in the woodland. Some animals, like this badger, dig holes in the ground of the woodland to live in. A badger's home is called a set. Badgers love to eat the earthworms that live in the damp soil. Which of these animals do you think would live in a woodland habitat? Some habitats consist entirely of water. This is a pond habitat. It is a pool of standing water. There are lots of animals and plants that live both in and on the water and at the water's edge. The animals that live in a pond habitat have features which help them to live in water. Some, like this fish, live under the water, while others, like this duck, have webbed feet and waterproof feathers that help them to swim above the water. A baby frog starts its life as a tadpole, living under the water, like a small fish. As it grows, the tadpole changes into a frog, which can live above the water. It grows legs and webbed feet to help it swim. Frogs like eating flies and other small insects that can be found near the surface of a pond. The plants or algae that live in a pond habitat provide food and shelter for the animals that live there. These algae like to grow in still water, so a pond is a good habitat for algae. Tadpoles and small insects then eat the algae. Some plants, like this water lily, float on the surface of a pond. The leaves of a water lily create shade and protection for the fish in the water below. Which of these animals and plants do you think would live in a pond habitat? Hedgerows, woodlands and ponds are just a few of the habitats that you may see. Can you think of any more habitats and the animals and plants that live in them?
Thanks for watching our video, everyone. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and ask your grown-ups to subscribe to our channel. We have lots more fun videos coming up. See you soon.